Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins, and this morning's Nintendo Direct decided to really start the year off with a bang by announcing a ton of new games, new Western releases, and new releases for classic games. To accompany the confirmation of the new 3DS release dates, Nintendo also dated The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for February 13th to coincide with the new hardware, though I should note they will work with all the 3DS models, not just the new ones. Codenamed Steam has also been dated and will come exactly a month after the new 3DS launch on March 13th. Similar to Super Smash Bros., the game will support Amiibo figures, which we'll have a lot more news on in just a minute, and will allow players to tap Amiibo figures into the game as playable characters. We also have our first word on Xenoblade Chronicles 3D launching outside Japan. The game, which will only work on the new 3DS, will be available sometime in April, with an exact date expected soon. Also coming to the West is Puzzle & Dragon Z and Puzzle & Dragon Super Mario Bros. Edition. The games will launch as one package sometime in May. Nintendo also updated us on Xenoblade Chronicles X, a seamless open-world RPG, which the company says will be out sometime this year. In addition to all these dates, Nintendo also announced several new games, and I'll try to be brief here because there's a lot. One of the big ones is Pokémon Shuffle, a free-to-play puzzle-solving game that will be available exclusively via the 3DS eShop next month. They also announced a new Fire Emblem game, which doesn't have a title or a release date yet, but we do know the game will be art-directed by series veteran Kozaki Yusuke and written by Shin Kibayashi, who worked on the Fatal Frame series in addition to his novel and comic work. Other games include Etrian Mystery Dungeon from Atlas and Spike Chunsoft, which will launch on 3DS this spring, Story of Seasons from Marvelous USA and Xseed Games, which combines farming and life sim elements and will launch for 3DS in March, Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy from Bandai Namco, which will launch on February 13th and will include Amiibo support, and Fossil Fighters Frontier, a competitive multiplayer game that will launch for 3DS on March 20th. And even though there's a huge focus on 3DS this time, there's also a ton on the Wii U front, with a bunch of older games coming to the system and a bunch of new Amiibo figures and support. First off, Nintendo is rolling out a Super Mario series of figures on March 20th, which will include new versions of Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and Bowser, and will also introduce Toad. Another wave of 11 figures will be out in February, including King Dedede, Meta Knight, Mega Man, Sonic, and several others, and they're putting out a pretty Smash Bros. Focused fourth wave sometime in the spring that will include Robin, Lucina, Pac-Man, Wario, Ness, and Charizard. A bunch of new games are getting Amiibo support, including Mario Party 10, which releases March 20th, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, which releases on February 20th. In Mario Party 10, you'll be able to use your Amiibo as a game piece and play on a specially themed board. In Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, using the new Toad Amiibo will make Pixel Toad appear in his stage and play a game of hide and seek, and in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, you can tap Kirby, King Dedede, and Meta Knight to power up Kirby differently depending on which one you use. Tekken director Katsuhiro Harada announced a new 4-player co-op game coming from Bandai Namco called Project Treasure. It'll be free to play, but other than that, we don't really have any details on what it will be like. And as if all of that weren't enough, a bunch of the most popular Wii games will be made available on Wii U via the eShop, including Super Mario Galaxy 2, which hits today, Punch-Out!, which hits January 22nd, and the Metroid Prime Trilogy, which hits on January 29th. To finish up, Nintendo has also announced their first cross-buy title, which will allow users to purchase on 3DS or Wii U and play it on the other platform as well. That game is Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, a puzzle platformer hybrid that will be out on March 5th. It's not a straight cross-buy in that it sees you bought it on one platform and then lets you play it on the other. Rather, when you buy this one, it will give you a download code for the other version. But hey, as long as it works, right? There were a ton of hardware announcements too, which you can catch up on by clicking right here. But what do you think of all these game announcements? What are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments. You get the best in video games and entertainment right here, so make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel, and we'll keep you in the know.